Hello everybody and welcome back to Esports Ohio. I'm OP Needs, your caster for today, and today we have the club semi-finals for the Valorant spring season. And today we're going to be having New Bremen High School versus Wapakoneta High School. New Bremen is going to be the ones on your right, and it's going to be Wapakoneta on your left. Wapakoneta going to be the ones defending first on the first map of the series on Split. Now, this is going to be the club semi-finals. The premier finals are going to be around a week, 2 weeks from now on April 5th and April 6th. So in the meantime, we're going to show you what these teams have been cooking up. At the moment, we're going to see Zedarax is going to be going over to the Reyna. Not a duelist you see picked in scrim play and really team play that often, but has seen some surfacing in VCT every once in a while for certain maps that allow Reyna to get in and get out. What we do see on this map often is going to be that Sage that Wapakoneta has locked in. Really, mid control on Split is what is so important. So if you have fast rotates, able to stack a site quickly, it allows for a lot of different plays together. We're going to see a lock in on everyone from New Bremen. We're going to see a Raze double duelist and a double initiator comp going to be running the Raze Reyna with the Teo and Sova. And again, our smokes, I just realized that we're going to be seeing Cowboy on the Brimstone. Not a character you see played a lot anymore, especially on Split when there's so many rotations going on. Usually Omen is used for a lot of those blind setups, but we're going to see how they're going to be able to do that on their first defensive rounds. New Bremen already locking in here. We see Wapakoneta definitely taking their time, just thinking where they're going to be positioning here. Split definitely a map where, again, mid control is very specific. You really need good mid control here, or you need to be able to get onto a site quickly and get through these chokes. Since there is a Sage, you do know that Wapakoneta are going to be playing towards mid with that Sentinel. Which is the best, taking the first engage here onto the Raze, throws out the Dizzy, and hits 4, and it has to back out from the Raze grenade, doesn't quite get traded out, does get shot through the wall there from Rocket Burst, and that's going to be Cowboy taking down Kajort, who tried to TP himself in. Teobot going to be able to suppress him, but that's going to be the rest of Wapakoneta swinging in and trading their teammates, and that's going to be the first round going to the defenders. New Bremen trying to rush in on the site. They were a little bit slow. They're off the first contact, able to get that Gecko down, but honestly, that blind was enough to put them off foot, put them off balance, and make sure that the rest of their team could come in and swing off of them. Good plays there from the Gecko, playing aggressive, getting that first pick for allowing his team to go out. And now New Bremen need to find a little better way there, because you didn't see a lot of utility being used there to flush out the Gecko or flush out anyone there. We kind of just saw them swing in. When you have a Teo, have a Sova, just swinging for no, just swing without util is kind of not the smartest. Beta kind of gonna try to take this Guardian away from Koopster. Team Oberon. Oops, sees the shoulder of the Sage. She's gonna get tagged. Has to back off. It's only a classic. Not really much damage can be done here. Slow orb from Koopster. Zedarax in the background over on A is going to take down the Lurk of Vikrant. With that, the slow orb as well. Again, no one can really push here through mid, especially with these weak guns. You can't take a duel in mid against a Sage. You're going to see that they're all going to group up here and try to do a re-hit onto B. Put some pressure mid. They're finding their way towards B. With just the best, looking for some. Sees 3. Gonna be able to get 1 before he gets traded out. The gun has to be defended here. The Bulldog in his hand could not make it into the attacking hands. Zedarax with a Marshall. Gonna be peeking from dirt. As we see some very aggressive plays here from Gajort. Cowboy bought a Vandal, takes and he's able to get one there in mid on the rocket burst, but it's all going to be left to Team Oberburn. Oberburn tries to hold it down, throws a shock dart, but Zera attacks with the ghost swap is going to take him down.
They have no right.
That's going to be the second round for Wapakoneta. Pretty good plays there, making sure not to give away any guns for free. Only gun that they gave away was just so far deep next to the stack of defenders that the attackers had basically no chance of picking it up. Just led to them slowly getting taken down by longer range duels. And see, this is exactly why you run a Sage on split. You run the Sage, just be able to put that wall up mid and make sure that no one can rotate in time. Something that teams will eventually do is just immediately default to break the wall and to stop anyone from being able to aggress. Fade Eye doesn't catch anything. Vikrant going to be double packing in the top here with a Phantom in hand. Seratex does not want to give up his life. Sleep Token Forever has a Vandal, has to back up there from the paint shells. Vikrant is here, gets one. He does gonna get a trade there. Vikrant is gonna get two. Throws a nade into ropes here. I don't think he knows that the Sage is here. That scan is gonna give away the game. A lot of damage there on the Sage. The Boombot is gonna find one. Vikrant hungry for another kill.
One enemy remaining.
But Kajort and Bayday are going to be the ones in the background clearing the rest of the defenders. Vikrant knows that one could be here. And that's going to be the fifth taken down in a three-piece for Vikrant. As that's going to be the first round converted for the attackers.
They're stubborn. They'll break.
That was the bonus of the defense. So the offense now have to continue to stop any money from spiraling out of control here. We did see that a little bit of a worse eco here for the side of Wapakoneta, as they're not going to be on a full buy this round. This round more or less determines the focus and determines the sway for the rest of the game here. Whoever wins this round will put the other one into a buy. I mean, into a eco. So this buy matters heavily. A full rush on to B here as we see all 5 players of New Bremen just spur out, and Koopster goes down. Wix the best takes down Vikrant, but Kajort's able to TP up onto Rafters. No one's even there looking at him. That TP finally worked out for him. Wix the best unable to get the trade there, and Zektrax is not even looking at him as he does get swung. Kajort's looking for more here. He is going to get taken down by Sleep Token Forever with a Spectre, and now it's even. Zektrax looking for another one, but has his head line up right into the crosshair of Team Oberon. Sleep Token Forever tries to get the jump and the trade, but with the inaccuracy of falling down, is going to get traded out by the Sova, which makes it now even so far in this half. The attackers did a really good job of playing that aggressively. I really love the Omen TP to Raptors there. If you're not expecting it, if you have your eyes all focused on main, you can just be basically right next to you and get a free pick. Especially if he's able to throw a smoke in a spot you're just not looking, able to TP inside of it. It's very difficult to contest. Already an immediate walk towards A. Here is Zetrax is unable to get one with his Sheriff. You see the Omen just TPing on the site. Does not have Spike, but is going to be the one rotating to pick up screens. Vikrant slowly lurking up here. He could be dangerous. 2 stingers in the face of him, but they're not going to swing together. Rick the Best tries to get one, but Team Oberon's going to get one in the back. Kajort swinging with, but now it's Vikrant able to take down Cowboy with the paint shells combo with his Teo. Vikrant takes down Koopster, and now it's going to be up to Zerax. Zerax to try to do something. Has an Ares, does not see the TP, and Vikrant able to take off his head. And that's going to be another 3-piece for Vikrant, who's going big so far in this first half. With some help from his Teo, able to convert that second kill there. Really put that Bremen in a rock in a hard place, so to sit there and die to a Teo Molly or meet the business end of a Phantom from Vikrant. And he chose the third option of eating the paint shells, which, you know, not the greatest thing, but it happens. It seems that New Bremen's strategy is more or less just shove it through us to a site and just rush on in. And so far, it's been working. Empress form being popped. We might even see there's hail missiles already, and that's going to be a showstopper as well. Vikrant going to completely blind, but gets Koopster regardless. Bayday takes down Wix the best, and now Vikrant with a judge is going to be pushing even further into dirt. Vikrant's taken down. He's going to get traded out by Bayday. Cowboy has no idea Kajort is here. Takes him down. And that's going to be the last member of Wapakoneta falling. Sleep token forever. Out of his wits, unable to figure out where this Omen could be. And that's going to be the lead definitely secured from New Bremen. As Wapakoneta now have to go back to the drawing board on how to stop the momentum that is being picked up here. The best way to play up against a team that is just running it down at a site so hard and so often is to just play retake. If you have a res, you have thrash, retake is possible. Able to get a lot of information and just head back onto site. If you can't do that, you have to match util with util. Sova Dart for I, immediate leer, and the smokes go down. No one is swinging this, and it seems that Wapakoneta are going to be playing for a retake here. They do have worse guns, so it's not going to be easy. They're already doing some damage here. The paint shells forces Vikrant to go in. You see that Kajort is going to get taken down. The reverse rocket verse takes on Cowboy. The Swoop's the best with a stinger in the back. Takes on another Bayday onto Koopster. Stops anyone from trading. That's going to be the tail wolf. This really stopped the Reina from going in, and they accept their fate. Zerax is just going to fall down to the Armageddon. But now they have 5 volts online. Able to do some damage here, especially Cowboy with his orbital strike. If you're able to find multiple members, even with a seize from Sleep Token Forever, you're more or less able to guarantee a free kill. Especially with these teams playing so fast and so aggressive. New Bremen, they're gonna get caught if an orbital strike is placed correctly. Heavy mid push here from New Bremen. Wapakoneta sends their Brim out to face the storm. Actually, just to be sitting here in ropes, as Bayday is going to be jump spotting over the top of the wall. Vikrant again looking on top of the wall. They saw the Sage on there the first round, making sure to clear it before they go and hit A, it seems. Slow rotates at the moment. Information has to be gathered here as we see the defense are relatively split. Shots being saying out from Sleep Token Forever, and that's going to be a leer. Thrown out, as now we're going to see some aggression here. Kajort puts one in the back. The crosshair is not quite placed at Kajort's head. Vikrant takes on Cowboy. Rocketverse on the Wilkes the best, and Vikrant going for even more. And a flawless round for New Bremen as they leave Wapakoneta confused and dazed onto where they were. Honestly, that was just a lot of ones being given to the attacking team. And honestly, ones, if you're raised, if Vikrant is absolutely on one, same with Kajort, you just let him take the 1v1s and call it a day. 2-6 right now in the half in favor of New Bremen, and we see the buys from Wapakoneta still are not great, as I don't think they're syncing up their economy very well. With Kiss the Best has to deal with the Sova ult, the Hunter's Fury, trying to get anyone off the top. Wilkes the Best taken down by Vikrant as he throws down the Mosh. Koopster getting cleared with the boom bot. Vikrant knows he can push up here. Koopster swings him with only a ghost. He gets taken down. The spray transfer onto Sleep Token Forever is going to lead to another 3K as Kajort's going to come up from the top and take down Cowboy in the second flawless round in a row for New Bremen.
The backs will be towards at least one of us.
New Bremen found the rhythm. It was a little bit dicey out at the start, but now they're definitely leading with their main foot forward. And Wapakoneta had a good start, able to win their duels, stack a site very well, stop a flood. But right now, honestly, the flood just keeps coming in. The utility is not being used quick enough to stop a 5-man push. And we're going to see it again. As we're going to see 5 players are just going to immediately start running it down. A Boombot, Teo Mollies. There's going to finally be something to be done against this push. But Rocket is able to push past the Mosh and take down Wilkes the Best through the wall. Bayday was a good spam through the smoke. Not going to catch anyone, but it does stop anyone from aggressing. Rocket first is going to be able to pick off Cowboy with the paint shells, making sure he stands still. Zeterex has a Vandal, is going to be peeking. A nice little head tap there, getting both players low. Vic right now unable to finish those kills, but let's get them low. Kajort with the worst Valorant timing I've seen. Team Oberon is going to be coming alive here. He's going to get a nice 2K. Sleep took him forever, the last one alive for Wapakoneta. There are 2 players low. It is possible for them to clutch this out. But the time, it's just not on their side. They rotate to heaven. The dart finds them. And with such little time, Rocket first with an easy 1-tap takes down Sleep Token forever. Everyone on this new Bremen team is just going crazy. They are just hitting some shots, and they're able to get on the site scot-free. They're using utility very well together, as well as we see Reyna using her Leers. We see the Teo Mollies for the back site. Vic Grant immediately satchelating in. There's really nowhere on site that's safe with such utility being used. Wapakoneta has 2. They need to convert more if they're going to be able to sustain themselves against the defense. Vic Grant immediately throws it up for ramps with his showstopper. Gonna be just shooting it into Cowboy, unable to contest it. Vic Grant does take some fall damage. Will they be expecting this? Takes another one with him as he gets traded out by Look the Best. Sleep took him forever. Does take down Bayday. It's gonna be a 3v2. Nightfall was unleashed. Will kiss the best. Might have a timing here. Up the ropes he goes, but it seems that it's going to be a slow rotate to B. Finally, noise going to be made. I don't think it was heard by the defense as they're still here. Would kiss the best. Going to be rotating over. A Sleep Token forever. Not going to be grouped with him. Deciding to just rotate into tower. Actually going to be going dirt here instead. Regardless of where this plant lands, it's going to be good. He is going to get hit with Dizzy. Team Oberon is going to win their duel. Kajort as well. The ones are going to be effective as Wook the Best is going to get taken down. That's going to be the attackers converting their 9th round. Now it's the last one. Only 2 rounds on a defensive-sided map here with the Sage. And honestly, Thrash and Rez have not been used once. We've seen every single ult be used on the side of the attacking team, but no ults from the Sage or Gecko. New Bremen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they're going to be just running it down B again. Zeterex, though, getting aggressive.
Adios.
Takes off the head of Vic Grant. Nice shot there. Going to be using the eat to try to get another one. Rocket first, scared now. Does not want to keep taking the fight. Smoke down. And that's going to mean a rotate might be in place here from New Bremen. Vic Grant, the duelist, really the only one to be able to get into a site easily. Just been taking down Bayday. What a timing. What a rotation. The lurk onto A proves fruitful. Bayday's going to get Woke the Best, but Cowboy sitting in this corner gets another one on the Kajort. He's going for a gun. Bayday in the back here gets one with his Empress form unleashed. And able to immediately get out. Buying time for his team. Cowboy very afraid to go in here. Gonna end up having to do it. The Leer goes down. Sam as well. Cowboy in a good spot to make a play as the rest of the attackers are chilling here. Sleep took him forever. Holding the res as Coopster is gonna be able to get one on Zeterex. The rest of the team again. No plant is gone. That's going to be the annihilation there. Cowboy takes down Bayday. What a timing. right before they're able to do anything there. Oburn takes on
enemy
Sleep Token
remaining.
forever. Cowboy lines him up, sticks it down. Doesn't not quite get the 4K, but is going to be able to get 3. Rocket first in 1v2. Now he's going to get taken down by Koopster. And that will be the 3rd round being converted by Wapakoneta. Really good plays there. Especially from the Brimstone. Brimstone able to have that lurk there. Waited just long enough for the Reyna to forget that ropes could be a threat. The good timing. Good gameplay there. Now we're going to see how Wapakoneta is going to fare on attack. We did see that the new Bremen is running a more attack-sided composition with a double duelist, double initiator. They're able to make space on site very easily and able to contest it, but they're not really able to hold any space, which is necessary on defense. The only way the new Bremen are going to be able to hold mid is with their eyes and with their guns. On the other side, Sage can contest mid pretty easily with their wall and slows. Vikrant is going to be the one immediately taking contact, trying to get a shot, does not quite do it. Throws the paint shells and taking some blows. The Dizzy's going to blind them. Bayday is in this smoke. Don't think she's noticed. Vikrant gets a pick onto Koopster. Zederax is able to get the trade.
Spike planted.
Bayday holding it down. That's going to be the classic outgunning the Sheriff. As he's going to get swung. Rocket first takes down Sleep Token forever with Kajort's help. Team Oburn throws down their shock darts. Rocket first has to play careful. One tap away from being taken down. Cowboy gets a pick on the team Oburn. Short trying to make engage here. Zeratex falling low. Wilkes the best takes down Rocket first and Kajort unable to convert to the kill. That Sheriff is just unlucky, it seems. Unable to really hit anything with it. It does have the elusive green charm, though, being put over to Zeratek for safekeeping. As Wook the best was really just buying a Vandal in this round is very reckless. You're going to put that Vandal into the hands of the defenders that should not be able to get it. Grouping up on A again. Smokes go down. Rocket first gets a pick with his classic immediately. Outgunned by the worst gun there, and that's going to be... He's going to get seen by the eye. His position is known. There's not really much you can do about it. He's kind of stuck in this corner. Lear goes out. He tries to get the right clicks. Zeratex gets a pick on Rocket first instead. Smoke goes down. Zeratex on the side. Koopster with a pick on the Bayday. He's going to get swung from heaven. Whoops, the best is able to get the trade. Vikrant gets a pick with his boombot and another with a classic right click. And now he's grouped up in a 1v2. Has a Guardian in hand. But Wilkes the best found himself a Vandal. Now they're even. Vikrant peeks out with the Guardian. The Jiggle Peek takes him down. And that's going to be Wilkes the best with a better gun being outmatched by Vikrant. The Rays with the Jiggle Peek, you just have to start pre-firing there if you know it's possible. And now the defenders just won their eco round going into the 3rd in the half. Giving a Rays, if you give a Rays a Vandal, she'll ask for a 3K. So you have to be careful.
There.
18 kills right so far, and Vikrant definitely has a heater on him as he's continuing to prove that he is definitely skilled at the moment. On the side of Wapakoneta, not a lot of frags going their way. They're just losing some gunfights. They should be able to be won. Kind of one of the reasons that they're struggling on these rounds. A lot of stacking on A as Zederax doing some poking over at B. Bayday just catches a glimpse of the attacking team right before they get their head taken off. Bayday sitting close here with the Judge, now sitting in the smoke. The Prowler will give away her position, but Zeratex is to pick on two Kajort in mid. Means no smokes for the defense. Vikrant takes down Cowboy. No smokes for the offense either. Bayday is going to get seized and just chilling there. Team Auburn does get the trade. Koopster gets on a kill on the Bay Day, but that's going to be a swing from Rocket first. And the plant is finally going to go down. Team Auburn is going to get sat. Rocket first through the wall, takes one down, and Koopster just misses his shots. An unfortunate whiff by Koopster as Rocket first had no idea where he was.
They gave me no choice.
The clutch from Rocketverse, but an accidental throw from Koopster. The nerves got to him. He was unable to calmly aim. Unfortunate there from the Sage. Had the positioning, had the timing, just could not execute. Wapakoneta seeming to find that same issue through a lot of their strategies. As now they're going to be switching it up and going over to B. Mid being contested here. We do see the Sova Dart is going to be able to pick some members out. Koopster just dry swinging it. Rocketverse is going to be able to jiggle and find and understand that they are there. Cowboy as well. The Armageddon is going to be placed and unleashed, stopping anyone from really able to get mid control. They have to run into pipes with them. Rocketverse runs out, and that Zeratex gets blinded and taken down. Cowboy is taken out with the Armageddon, and now it's going to be only 3 members left of Wapakoneta against 4 of New Bremen. They're all figured out of where they are. Wilkes the Best does take down Rocketverse. Bay Day here, though, in the corner. It's going to be hard to clear. Koopster shares the love, healing up his Gecko, and is seeming to be wanting to lurk in mid. Bay Day sees him, takes him down. The lurk does not work out. And Vikrant is here. He's the star shooter so far of this team.
30 seconds left.
New Bremen just going to be holding it down. Vikrant peeking out. It's going to be a Dizzy. Make some space. Damash as well, but Wilkes the Best is out in the open with his util out. He's going to get taken down. Sleep Token forever. Doesn't even have a Vandal, as he's with the Classic. Does take down Vikrant, but gets taken down through the wall from Team Auburn.
Match point.
4-13 right now. This is the first map of the semifinals. Whoever wins this is going to be able to go on to the finals for the club playoffs. Both these teams have something to fight for. Both these teams are trying to get the gold. To lose this far in the playoffs would be absolutely devastating. Wapakoneta have to get it together. Going through A, we are going to see an immediate showstopper be pulled out from Vikrant. Takes down Cowboy in the corner. Didn't even know he was there. Was going to shoot it anyways. Fired, and it's going to take down the only smokes on the team. It's going to be a hard round. Zeratex has to back off in the sewers. Bay Day gets a pick on the Koopster. They're just holding it down. Wilkes the Best. Again, can't land the shot. Bay Day runs it down with the Empress form. Is going to be taken down by Zeratex, but the Boombot gets one, and while the rest of the team was rotating, we saw Rocketverse is going to be able to take down the Fade. That first map goes to New Bremen, 4-13. Wapakoneta looked really good in the first couple rounds, but after that, they just fell apart. The team cohesion was not there. You do see Vikrant dropping nice 23 bombs so far in the first round of the series. But we're going to be choosing some different maps. I believe some different players are going to be getting in here as well for some substitutes to see how they're going to be playing off. But we're going to get into map picks. Don't go anywhere. This is Esports Ohio. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Esports Ohio. This is the club semi-finals between New Bremen and Wapakoneta High School. New Bremen was able to take the first map in the series of Split, and they are now charging into Haven, which is Wapakoneta's map pick. So far, we saw both these teams duke it out, but it was a 4-13 game. Wapakoneta are definitely on the back foot at the moment. And New Bremen are not planning on stopping their steam anytime soon. Haven is a 3-point map. It is a lot more difficult to play as a defender than other ones. So being defenders first is definitely might be a detriment for Wapakoneta unless they have something cooking for this map. This type of map, usually you see a Jet be played to be able to take that space early on. Bayday is going to be playing the Yoru. Yoru definitely being seen a lot more team play, especially the higher ranks you go up, the more you see Yoru. Yoru's one of those characters, if you have good lineups and positioning and timing, he is one of the best duelists in the game, because he's able to more or less get out of any spot scot-free. That being said, we're going to see how him and Vikrant are able to pair as a double duelist combo. And again, we see a double duelist, double initiator from New Bremen. More or less same old here from Wapakoneta, as we do see that they are going to be flexing over to the Teo this round instead of the Fade. Teo, one of the newer agents to Valorant, added last season. This season was Waylay. Last season we did have the introduction of Teo. He has been nerfed recently, so his mollies are not quite as damaging as they used to be, nor is his drone as effective, but he is still one of the best agents in the game for team play, as he's able to more or less pick and choose where his mollies go exactly. We're going to see immediate contact towards C here from New Bremen. That's going to be the molly thrown out from Cowboy. As you see Vikrant double satcheling in. The backside does not clear logs, but the blind is perfectly timed. Kajort is going to be a takedown. Cowboy not able to get his one. Koopster is going to take down Vikrant there with a good timing. P-Dragon's going to be pushing up, and Kajort takes down Wilkes Rocket Burst again with another nice shot. P-Dragon and his spray is going to get one, but in the 1v3, Zeterax is going to have to do a lot. With being suppressed, it's not looking good so far. Does take down one, and is now in a 2v1. Rocket Verse does not see him. Zeterax has to move fast with haste. Picks up a ghost. Sees Team Osborne. He had to hit that shot there. All they have to do is play for time. He can't quite hit it. The mollies are out. The Teo goes down, but there's not much for him to do. He is going to stick it. Will he have enough time? If he holds it, I don't think it's quite possible, as he's going to go down. And Team Auburn, make sure it's not going to be stuck. The molly, too much for the Braindead to compete with. First round is going to be going over to New Bremen, but it was an absolute bloodbath. Every member of both teams were down. All that was left was a spike, and it expired. Running it down C like that is dangerous with Teo. Be able to separate your team, but when you have a raise, you can more or less just satchel over utility and not care about it. Defaulting A here. TP's back after making noise on B. Throws a clone. It's not faking it, but that drug over so many rotates from the defense. And that's going to be the site scot-free. They were let in. The keys. The door was open. Rotates. Okay. Someone's deciding to plant the spike eventually. It's going to be a Dizzy being thrown out. New Bremen fought over who was going to go fight for the ecos. It's going to be Bayday, it seems. The Vikrant gets another. Zeterax is going to get Rocket Verse from Heaven with the Spectre. It's going to be hard for him to really compete with this. Kajort is getting worked on a little bit, as that's going to be Zeratex taking him down. He's going to pick up the Spectre. Not much work for him to do, but he will be trying to get as many guns out of the hands of the attackers as possible. It's going to be a good shot there, but the trade comes out from Bayday. 3k for Zeterix, but a win for the attackers. And this is why we saw so much struggle to figure out who was going to be having Spike, because Yoru's Dimensional Drift is online. This is one of the best ults in the game, especially for running it down. This is a risky buy this round from New Bremen, as they're not going to have much for next, and they have to go against much better guns. But Bayday is unafraid. When you have a Dimensional Drift, there's not much for you to worry about. Gonna TP on the site immediately, catches one on the back. It's just gonna be Cowboy. Cowboy is gonna start eating blinds to the face, as the Teo Molly is gonna be able to force him right into the hands of Bayday. That's gonna be a Vandal for him. Throws the TP away. A swing from P-Dragon. A little bit overconfident as he gets sat down. Zeterix and Vilk are the best. Have a lot of work to do. Shotgun from Kajort holds this angle tightly. Zeterix is going to push right into the business end of a Bucky. There's no way. Oh, that's just... Oh, man. Kajort TP's right next to Wilk the best, and he's going to get immediately taken down. It's hard in those types of scenario to keep your ears open for shenanigans such as an Omen TPing right behind you. He was worried about getting traded out from the smoke, but Kajort was just worried about getting his Bucky clips. And it worked out. New Bremen gonna be defaulting here on Haven. So far, seems like they are more confident on this map than Wapakoneta. Zederax has to back up. The smokes go down to clear a path.
There.
He's gonna blind. Or some outwards. The best sees one, does some good damage, is going to be able to get help from his team, but peeking right into the crosshair of Rocket First.
All missiles away.
Rocket First, there's no way he's able to stand there, so he's gonna just get forced out and thrown out, as Vikrant's gonna be able to line up and hit him right in the head.
Watch them run.
Now that it seems the rotates have all happened, the rest of the attackers are going to be running right into B. Omen using his TP to get on in.
Spike planted.
T-Dragon walks in with an Ares and gets sat down. He does not own that house, and no one's able to see Vikrat there, as every player on the defense was blind.
Grenade is live.
It's going to be Rocket Burst throwing his ordnance to stop anyone from pushing in fast. Vikrant taking the duels. Zederax has to fall.
Enemy remaining.
With only a Bucky in hand, that's a hard one. It's a hard sell. Bayday unable to really do much. Koopser does get a pick right before he's taken down by Vikrant with a 3k. Now on to the 5th round. We do see an Odin being bought by Cowboy. And then the rest of the team are buying more or less normal. Bayday opting to use a shotgun instead of a rifle.
Time to jump.
Bayday gets an orb there. Zederax gets the first pick there on the Kajorts.
Here.
Not much else happening here. They have to slowly walk up here, getting the first pick. What New Bremen have done so many times before. Bayday picking up the Vandal as well, going forward. P-Dragon does get a pick on the Vikrant towards mid. Would kiss the best. Sneasel the utility. Baited with a nice shot on the Zerax with the dimensional drift available. Only 2 left here on the side of the attackers, but they're whittling them down one by one. Team Oberon get the pick on the looks the best, and P-Dragon takes down Bayday. A 1v3 with Team Oberon, and I don't think he knows that P-Dragon's here, but he's able to swing and take him down. But Cowboy with the Odin. It's going to line him up and hit him down. Good pick there. That's going to be the first round converted from the defenders from Wapakoneta here in this map. It's only been 5 rounds, but it's been competitive in each one. It was looking the way of first New Bremen, but New Bremen slowly their numbers dwindled. So you had too many members not grouped up. P-Dragon is the substitute in from the last map, and they have an affinity with this Ares. Seen them buy it almost every round so far. It has gotten them a few kills. Let's see if it keeps working. You see a big push C. Showstopper. Let's out. Tail Mollies on the left side. Cowboy and Coopster, though, holds down the line. As all this utility is going to be just thwarted. As Coopster is able to save his life. Rocket Burst, though, goes aggressive here. Takes down Cowboy. Takes down Coopster. Takes down P-Dragon. And a nice little 3K there. If he can't have help, he'll do it himself. Both duelists went down and was up to Rocket Burst to convert that, and immediately gets 3 on his way to an ace. Kajort, though, might take it from him as he has such impeccable timing. And that will be 2. Oh, wow. Whoa, Kajort. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pump the brakes. A little bit too happy there. The spray transfer, not quite there, onto the Reyna. Looks at best, throwing down the wingman to try to get the defuse, but Rocketverse is going to get to 4K and put him down.
Do what you're here to do, and we won't.
Look, cut the film after the first kill. He got the gecko, and he died. It happens. Whatever. So, after that trade, he was just not able to convert it there. We did see Cooper and P-Dragon able to hold the line very, very well. And it just came to Rocketverse just, more or less deciding he wanted to win. He walked through the smoke and hit really nice shots on both the Sage, Teo, and Brimstone. And now, immediate flash, Zerax has to fall back. Vikrant watching his corners and immediately takes down Wick the best before he can react. A Prowler back sight. Zerax just cannot rotate out in time. It's an immediate TP into high ground, and that's going to be Kajort taking down the Heaven player. Cowboy and Coopster. We've seen him work well before. The Season 8 is not going to quite get anyone. Vikrant holds down his fire. P-Dragon is unfazed. Probably goes out. Does not quite find anyone. Cowboy seems to be cowering in the corner with his Odin. Now he's going to get taken down by Vikrant, who catches him in rotation. Coopster opting to save, not wanting to give up his life nor his Vandal. It's going to take down one, but the trade going to stop the save from happening. A flawless round up until the Yoru peaked the Sage, but a flawless round nonetheless. 5 ults on the side of the defenders here. As P-Dragon does have the orbital strike, it's able to group them all up. It's going to be good for him. Wapakoneta needs to start culminating a plan here, especially on ecos, as we see that New Bremen is just snowballing out of control.
Face your fear!
It's going to be a Nightfall. Thrown out. The Yoru going to get shot, but it's not the Yoru, it's his clone, as that's going to be Bayday getting 2 on the Whisk the Best and the Reyna. It's going to be an Annihilation being thrown out. A double blind is going to be Kid Jort. Getting one, getting two, redeeming himself from earlier. He's looking for a third. Cowboy not going to be able to convert to anything as Jort takes him down for a 3K. Much better than the last round he tried to get more. Now in this buy round, only 1 point off dimensional drift for Bayday. Bayday 100% knows there's going to be fighting for this ult orb, and if Bayday is able to get this dimensional drift up online, it's more or less a free sight. And the free sight means a free point, more or less, in the half. What's the beast peaks? He does not want the smoke.
Here.
Bayday, in dimensional drift, the eye. This Gecko is going absolutely through it as Vikrant takes him down. Noise there being made from the Yoru clone. P-Dragon tanks it. You see Koopster trying to stop Bayday from controlling this part of the map. Blind goes out. Koopster goes back. The slow field goes out. A swing and a hit. P-Dragon takes down Team Oburn in the back there as Rocket Burst meets his demise. Bayday, though, not playing around, takes down another. Takes the TP, looks to see if anyone's on. Gets the headshot on the P-Dragon, and that's going to be Vikrant with the flank. The good timing to get the rest of his bag for 3K.
Can we celebrate? Anyone need something? Anyone need something?
Really good team play there on the side of New Bremen as they were able to communicate with their Rays to keep pushing as they played for time. The spike was down. There's not much that the defenders can do other than push the spike, and that's when they missed their backside and were able to get stabbed in the back by the Rays. 1-8 in the series. Fight in Zeterex. He's able to get the clone, but nothing else. He has to fall back. Koopster is pushing behind. Zeterex able to get a pick on the Vikrant.
Munition.
Munition from the high ground. It's a 5v4, now a 4v4. Make it as Kajort catches Zeterex by surprise.
Spike planted.
Cowboy and having the Stratosphere looking for one, but it's going to be Kajort to get one
remaining.
first. Onto the Brimstone. Kajort and Bayday. Rotating off, it seems, for Kajort.
There.
Team Oberon. Bayday with a classic. Koopster with a Vandal. He gets mollied out. He has to run away, but he's low. He gets taken down by Bayday as he was running away. 1-9 in this series. Haven, again, this 3-point map is proving to be very difficult for the defenders to hold on to. Wapakoneta, it's already a difficult map, putting yourself in such a hard situation with a comp that doesn't really strive on this type of map. It's going to be hard for you. Bayday jump peeking the showstopper, immediately pulled, going all the way into garage, takes down Koopster immediately. Sees where his own is. Sees where the brim is. It's gonna be the rest of them trying to stop the plant to go down, but it's not gonna work. Kajort holding this very closely. Kajort tries to TP in and go back, but it's gonna get his head taken off. As it's just that Zeterex starts off strong with a 2K, but it's gonna get taken down. 1-10 so far in the half.
Round in the half.
And now with their last round and a half, it's a Wapakoneta are more or less just grasping at straws, as New Bremen seem to have this map figured out. Their buys are really weak right now for it being the last round and a half. Wapakoneta has not been winning. We see more or less a default mid. Just an average form though. I see Coopster holding it with an Odin. Dimensional drift. Omen TP for backside Veer. Vikrant just running it down. Vic's the best. He never had a chance. P-Dragon is going to lead to Orbital Raise. Zeratex takes down Beta. But Kajort takes down P-Dragon. Vikrant is in
Spike
garage.
planted.
The spike is getting planted on C. Setter X. Only one to really bring it back
Last
here.
player standing.
Cowboy with an Odin does get one, but Kajort takes down Zerax. Another one as well. Just looking for more picks here from Cowboy. He's going to try to start and finish this clutch. Hit some nice ones. Get some more nice ones. Looking for the fade. He's able to get out. Face your fear, and that's going to be Team Oberon. Falls to the Nightfall. Last point. Honestly, it's
Switching
last
sides.
of the half. Might as well just use any ults you have, and that's going to be T. Oberon did.
Fighting. Rest is overrated.
And now, this second half is detrimental. If the pistol round is going to be lost by the defenders here, by Wapakoneta, it's going to be curtains. The buy round is so important in situations like this. Good to see a default towards A.
Grenade is live.
Grenade! Ouch!
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Good try, idiots. I'll return.
Match point.
In match point for New Bremen. The round did not swing in the way of the attackers at all, as they were just unable to find their footing through main. They were able to get the plank down with the Gecko, but that only led to it being harder for them to hold on to site, as they were getting wrapped by Vikrant there. Vikrant and Rocketverse are going to be doing the same play again. We're going to be lurking out just here to take an early fight. If you have an initiator that's willing to play with you like this, this is how it's going to happen. Now with match point, both teams more or less are forced to buy. Vikrant with a Spectre. Oh, P-Dragon stepped out just for the wrong time. That is going to be the Teo Mollies forcing them out. The paint shells has them running scared. Vikrant through mid. Cowboy is going to get hit. Has an outlaw in hand. P-Dragon going to be lurking through mid with the Ghost. Good Jort. On top of this box, a common place for Omens to stand. The smoke goes down. He gets one, looking for the second. Cowboy's completely out of sorts. He's gonna get taken down. There's gonna be a Dizzy thrown in, but it's gonna be unreachable for Vulcan the best. He's gonna get hit with that.
Spike down.
We're gonna be hit with the eye, and that's gonna be Kajort with a 3K. He's gonna be looking for more as his TP's deep into mid. Zeratex takes down Beta, takes down Team Oberon. Looking for Rocketverse next, doesn't quite land the shot. Hoopster takes down Kajort, but Vikrant
Defenders
closes it out. A 2-0 series and a 1-13 round, as that is going to be New Bremen moving on to the finals of the club playoffs. 1-13 is very, very hard hitting loss there. Kajort able to get 22 kills there with an average combat score of 400. Really good score there. Doing everything for his team as much as he possibly could. But that is going to be it. This was the semifinals between New Bremen and Wapakoneta. But that is all we're going to be having for today. I've been your caster, OP Knees. Make sure to stick around for next week to be able to see more playoffs and be able to see more Overwatch, more Valorant, more Smash. You name it, we have it. That's all for I have for today. This is Esports Ohio.